What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sang, and today we're actually going to be talking about what's been going on with Andrew Tate. I got a comment recently from somebody who's been subbed to me for like a good minute now, and they were like, hey, you should talk about the whole situation, and I was just like, I kind of have to figure out what's going on, because at this moment in time, well, at the moment in time when I commented back to them, there was like 3 different stories going around on why Andrew Tate even got picked up. So they originally stated that he got picked up for human trafficking. Turned out, the next story was like, oh, that was false. They let him go. It was actually for money laundering. But then, like, right after that, they then said he was detained for 30 days. And it's like, detained for 30 days for what? And I can't get anything from there. And then now people keep talking about it is for human trafficking. I don't know what's going on. I honestly don't know what's going on. However, we have this video. It's from a channel called BRASO. They actually just clip a bunch of stuff from Sneeko and Fresh and Fit and stuff. And in this video, it's from Fresh and Fit. And it's Myron basically exposing the corruption behind Andrew Tate's arrest. So we're gonna watch this together to kind of see what's going on. If you don't know, from Fresh and Fit, Myron used to work for the FBI. I thought that was cap for like the longest, but apparently he also has like another channel where he breaks down cases, he talks about things, and the more he talked about it and he would like say certain things, he sounds legit. Now, if this is a whole lie, he's doing a very good job like capping to all of us, but to me, he seems legit at this point. Like, at first, I thought he was lying, but I think he's pretty legit about it. So we're going to see what he has to say about it and just go from there, because I don't know what's going on with Andrew Tate, I promise you.
Okay, so you probably haven't seen this clip that I'm about to show you, but basically Myron from Fresh and Fit exposes the fact that Andrew Tate's arrest was corrupt and planned months beforehand. This is absolutely insane. So yeah, guys, be sure to leave a like on this video and be sure to subscribe with notifications to spread the message and expose the truth. But yeah, let's just get into it.
Guys, I gotta say this, man. The U.S. is very good at coming into situations that don't involve them. And as a result, if they deem somebody to be a issue for them, the whole culture, the agenda, they're gonna come at you. So there's a tweet here from someone, and they posted it in October about this happening. So read what it says here, if you don't mind, Myron, coming up.
My sources in law enforcement have told me Andrew Tate will be arrested end of 2022, early 2023. No matter if he is guilty or not, the Romanian government is under intense pressure from the United States and big tech to shut him down.
It's crazy because at the time all this happened, I saw this tweet as well. So I was like, oh, they were spot on with this happening. So this does seem like they're trying to take him down. And the timing of it. Like, he had this little back and forth with Greta Thunberg. And right after that back and forth, boom, he's getting picked up on stuff that people are saying might be true, might not be true. I don't think it's true personally, but I also don't want to do videos on things if it's a lie. So that's why when everybody's like human trafficking, I was like, I'd rather see what's true before just putting a video out there.
And that was on October 11, 2022, and this guy called it.
Okay. You can put it down now.
Yeah.
And we know the Tates are well known in Romania. Everyone respects them, shows them love, even the girls as well, because we were there. We saw that happen in real time.
And they were raided in April as well.
Exactly.
Which we could talk about that after, but go ahead.
I think personally, added to that as well, there was a push from someone, maybe it's US, maybe it's outside source, to go after him and record it to post it all over social media to paint him in a bad light. That's what I think.
Another thing too, right? Again, this is fact. This is not my opinion. Back in April, what occurred was essentially, Andrew, right, was swatted. I know some people say like, no, you weren't swatted. They searched your house. No, he was swatted, and I'll explain why. Law enforcement works differently in other countries, guys. Someone called the U.S. Embassy, right, and said that there was a girl being held against her will at their home. Well, when you have international pressure, especially from a country like the United States, the police have to do something in Romania. There's potentially a U.S. citizen being held against their will in Romania, so the police are like, all right, we got to go ahead, we got to investigate. So they go, and they figure out that there's some, they're having a party, there's girls there, etc. And this girl says, I was being held against my will. Makes this nonsensical story up, right? Because what really occurred was she was hooking up with Tristan and she didn't want to get caught cheating. That's the reality. All right.
Yeah,
so she, instead of taking accountability and saying, oh, I'm here because I don't like you anymore to her boyfriend, essentially she lies and says, oh no, I'm being held against my will, etc. Well, thankfully, the Tates have an extensive camera system. All right. And they had a bunch of girls at the house that verified that the girls were there, they're partying, they're having a good time. And on top of that, the girl that accused the Tates of kidnapping her or whatever, she went out of the mansion to get food,
pizza,
and then came back in.
Pizza.
Tell me, if you're being kidnapped, right? Would you order pizza? Pizza comes, you leave the compound, gets that pizza. Wouldn't you like run or tell the pizza guy, give me a ride home or some shit like that? No, she walks back in, okay? Thank God they have cameras. Thank God they have security. And they were able to show that it was a bunch of
Yeah.
But what happened? Well, the police have to do their due diligence. They have to go in there. They have to investigate. They have to make sure, hey, what's going on? So they end up taking phones, laptops, computers to analyze and make sure nothing really went down. Well, nothing did. And they were able to give them all their stuff back, and it was fine. But now, right, allegation comes again. They have to investigate. They have to come in and do all this extra. And we're kind of at the situation that we're in now.
So sorry about that. There's actually a longer video, and I'm going to play that in a second, where Myron actually says he talks to a connect that he actually has in Romania. So I'm going to pull that up and we'll get into it. But let this be a lesson to all of you young men out there.
Okay, so
when these guys be talking about, oh, you can sleep with as many women as you want, guys can do this and women can't do this. I promise you, men, just listen to me. Women will be your downfall. What do I mean by that? We'll use the Andrew Tate situation as a good example, right? What happened? They always want all these women around them. They're like, I have multiple girlfriends. I have this, I have that. Why did they get raided in April? Because a girl lied to her boyfriend because she was somewhere she wasn't supposed to be. And they're not the only rich guy where that doesn't happen to. It happens to other rich guys as well. Y'all got to start thinking with this and stop thinking with that. You are putting yourself in jail. It is so much better to find the one girl that is good for you and you just do everything with her. Because you never know what's going to happen. You have women lying. They might be like, hey, he got me pregnant. This baby is his. Right now you got to go through that whole process of proving it's not or if it is, right? And it might be yours. You might end up being a Drake situation where it's like, dang, I didn't mean to get that porn star pregnant, but here you are. Now you got a porn star pregnant and you got a kid, right? Or when women be lying, because there is women that get SA'd, right? But now you are a man of value trying to be like these guys that they talk about. Now you have women like, oh, he don't want to do XYZ with me? I'll just say he SA'd me. Your life gets ruined automatically because once that goes around, what is the thing in society? Believe all women first. So even if you didn't do anything, your reputation is tarnished. And that can have a lot of negativity on you, even when it comes out that you didn't do anything. What most people are going to remember is that, oh, didn't you go to jail or trial because you SA'd some girl? Stop letting women ruin your lives. This goes all the way back to the Bible. You know there's stories in the Bible where women are literally ruin men's lives? And y'all like want to sit here in my comment section of other videos. Polygamy is fine. Men can do whatever they want. Men, just stop. Just stop, okay? It's... Start thinking with this. You gotta start thinking more logically, all right? Let me find the other video, and then we'll get back into it. All right, guys, we're back. This video is actually 30 minutes long. I don't know if we're going to watch all 30 together. We're going to watch a little bit of it together, and then I'll put the link in the description box down below so you guys can watch it on your own. But let's get into it.
I want to say this. It's not abnormal to record a search warrant, right? That's not abnormal.
But to post
it on the internet is crazy to me, especially if it's supposed to be an active criminal investigation. Let's go ahead. I have a video. We're going to pull up this video. It's from ABC News. It came out a few hours ago. It's somewhat accurate, but we're going to go ahead and give you guys a video summary now of what the hell is going on. Then we're going to go into the facts, okay? And I will break this all down for you guys. As I said before, guys, the reason why we're late is I was on the phone with a friend of mine who works in Romanian law enforcement. She's credible.
Official.
Yeah, official. And, you know, we had a discussion, so I want to make sure that we know what the hell is going on here. So, we're giving y'all the background. So let's go ahead and run this clip real quick from the news, Chris.
And if you can be bothered to do that, the first video you'll probably see today is this one.
Mr. Tate, why did the police search your car?
Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan detained by Romanian police in Bucharest. According to prosecutors, 4 suspects, the Tate brothers and 2 Romanian nationals, quote, appear to have created an organized crime group with the purpose of recruiting, housing, and exploiting women by forcing them to create pornographic content meant to be seen on specialized websites for a cost, end quote. The 4 have been under investigation since April, Prosecutors said the allegations relate to at least 6 women. The warrant also details an allegation of rape from March this year,
Pause.
although it's not known which of the
I want to make this extremely clear. The Romanian legal system, guys, is very different from the American legal system. I'm going to go into detail about how it works when it comes to search warrants and arresting and detention, all that stuff. But I'll cover that next. But I want you guys to understand that because a lot of you guys are from, the United States, Canada, England, etc. You guys are from a first world Western country where it's typically common law. And there needs to be probable cause, all this other stuff. That doesn't necessarily apply in this situation with Romania. I'm going to go into the details about that after this video when we go over the entire situation. So this is who it is, guys. This is the scroll up to the top. The Directorate for Investigating Organized Crime and Terrorism. Okay, the Directorate for Investigating Organized Crime and Terrorism is the Romanian government agency tasked with investigating and prosecuting organized crime and terrorism-related offenses. The DICOT is headed by a chief prosecutor and a deputy nominated by the Minister of Justice and appointed by the President of Romania. The chief prosecutor of the directorate is subordinated to the general prosecutor of the prosecutor's office, attached to the High Court of Cassation and Justice. So I'm going to give you guys the U.S. equivalent to this because it's a little confusing. The U.S. equivalent to this, guys, would be, let's say the Department of Justice, okay, which is the U.S. Attorney's Office, the prosecutors were combined with the FBI to form one agency. Because in the United States, you got the Department of Justice, and under the Department of Justice, you have the United States Attorney's Office, and then you have, let's say, the FBI. The U.S. Attorney's Office are the federal prosecutors, the FBI are the federal investigators, and they work together to put a case together. So I would say that these guys right here, to give you a functional equivalent, is like the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office being combined into one, okay? To be like just a DOJ in one. All right, so the United States is a little bit more segmented with this. You guys know, you watched our podcast earlier with Andrew Bustamante from the CIA. The United States tends to separate things a lot, right? We have 33 different 33 different intelligence agencies, a bunch of different law enforcement agencies. Romania doesn't operate that way. They're consolidated within one, okay? And that's very important for you guys to understand so that everything else makes sense from this point forward.
So that includes the police and DICOT together.
Yeah, so they're essentially working together, right?
Tandem,
you got the prosecutors and you got the police kind of under one umbrella.
Yeah.
All right. Now that we have that figured out, I went on the official website, and can we show this real quick, Chris?
I didn't know you could read Romanian.
Well, shout out to my friend. She hooked it up for me. She sent me this website. Okay, and this is the official Romanian press release on the situation. Now, as you guys can see, none of us here speak Romanian, but there's a magical invention called Google Translate.
Bam.
Okay, which I was able to go ahead and decipher this for y'all, because this press release, okay, when you read it in full, not parts of it like these other idiots, you can actually see what the hell is going on here and make sense of it. And I'm going to go ahead and explain some of this to y'all. All right? Can you enlarge it on our end, Chris?
Yep.
And just follow along with the cursor. All right? So, following the communique number 1 of 12/4/2022 and the interest shown by media representatives, the Information and Public Relations Office within the Organized Crime and Terrorism Investigation Directorate is empowered to bring the following to public attention. So this is their official press release on the situation. All right. On December 29th, 2022, the prosecutors of the Directorate for the Investigation of Organized Crime and Terrorism, central structure, together with police officers from the Bucharest Organized Crime Brigade, implemented 5 home search warrants in a case in which investigations under the aspect of committing crimes of constituting an organized criminal group, human trafficking, and rape.
Great.
Okay. In the case, it was noted that at the beginning of 2021, 4 suspects, 2 British citizens and 2 Romanian citizens, constituted an organized criminal group with a view to committing crimes on the territory of Romania, but also of other countries such as the United States and Great Britain, of the crime of human trafficking. Okay, guys. So you can see here that there is some international influence here. Okay,
100%.
There is some international influence to get these guys jammed up. All right, we're going to read between the lines here. This is the official press release. This is not me sitting here and saying I think or I believe or any of this other. This is directly from the agency responsible, okay, for incarcerating Andrew right now and Tristan.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you want to bring up the tweet right now?
Which tweet?
The one I showed you in chat.
Let me finish this and then we'll get there so I can keep the people focused on this.
All right.
In the case, it was noted at the beginning of so victims were recruited, right? So they're going to start to the 3rd paragraph, Chris. Yep. All right. Victims were recruited by British citizens by Chris, down.
Down.
Chris, get with it, man. Right there, up. Right there. Victims were recruited by British citizens.
He is messing it up.
Keep it highlighted so the people can see.
You can.
Okay. All right. Victims were recruited by British citizens by misrepresenting their intention to enter into a marriage/cohabitation relationship and the existence of genuine feelings of love, the lover boy method. Okay, which to me is crazy that they put this in an official document. So they're trying to say here, right? They're alleging that Andrew and Tristan, right, were misrepresenting their intention of being with women and, you know, saying, oh yeah, we're gonna get married and we're gonna live together and all this other stuff for the sole purpose, right, of getting them
to work.
So
no, they weren't. Andrew done came out many a times and was like, I done kept it real with all my girls about what it is and what it ain't, and that's up to them if they want to be here or not. Tristan just said the same thing. They both just said Tristan actually has way more than what Andrew has, because Andrew, he prefers to have a few couple with the like ride or dies up in there, whereas Tristan's like, I have as many as possible if they want to be part of the squad. They done said it in interviews. Even how they built their empire with the whole cam girl business. They've talked about that in interviews too. Do you really think if they were like human trafficking and doing these things, they talk about it so openly? Come on now. This is hilarious.
So you guys know I talk about this on the show all the time, right? Selling a dream. The problem with this is that like this is so vague and so widespread of being a lover boy. This could mean anything. So this just means, for example, if they're themselves and their feelings feel like they could be with the person, that's also deemed as a viable option here, because if they feel like, oh, he could be my boyfriend, my husband, then it's the same thing. So their feelings are causing this as well.
Yeah, basically we're saying the feels are the reals.
Yeah.
And you know, they're trying to insinuate here that, oh, like, you know, these women are victims and they lied to them and they're all this other stuff.
They want to be there.
My thing is this, bro, right? You cannot sit there and say women have equal rights, equal privileges, right? They're equal to men in every regard legally, right, and socially, which I agree with. Women are obviously equal to men from a human life standpoint, same value on earth, everything, right? I'm not here to say men are better than women or whatever it is. Men tend to be better at certain things than women, but when it comes to human life and importance of human life, we are equal, okay? So if we're gonna say that we're equal and everyone's life is as valuable, well, we gotta look at it objectively. They're capable of making independent choices and adults. So therefore, they're held to the same standard. What do you mean? Oh, my feelings, and I felt like this was gonna happen and it didn't happen. Like, and this is where things could get murky, because when you use, you know, we've seen the consequences of women lying because of their feelings. Okay, you got Amber Heard. You got
even recently in the immediate social media news, Gervonta Davis. Remember I mentioned earlier, his girlfriend said, his baby mama said, oh, he almost killed me and hit me. What did
it turned out that was a lie.
Today? Oh, my bad. That was my feelings. He didn't touch me at all.
Exactly.
It's like, bro, they just lied and messed up his whole like image.
Head coach from Texas Longhorns. He lost like 20 million because his girl wanted to say, oh yeah, he strangled me, blah blah blah, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Bam, got suspended.
Johnny Depp, Amber Heard.
Johnny Depp. You know what I mean? So guys, I mean, I'm not saying women are evil people, but what I am saying is that they're human beings and they're capable of lying too, to try to paint a picture. If they're angry, if they're felt betrayed, or their heart is broken or whatever, there's a reason why they say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And the fact that this isn't an official document that they ran some lover boy scheme is crazy to me. All right,
even in the Bible, bro.
Yeah,
it talks about women destroying kingdoms, and this.
Yo, I just said that. I just referenced that. Y'all gonna have to listen, bro. Like, stop thinking with this. Look for that one good one, your rider, right? What they call it, your ride or die. That's what you need. If you God-pilled, wifey, right? You looking for a wife, she gonna be a one and only. That's who you looking for. Even in terms of this, if you don't believe in religion and all that, the bottom B. She's the one that holds the whole foundation up. Now, I don't recommend getting the other pieces of that puzzle, but like, however you want to do it, you just need that one good girl. Stop picking women for all the wrong reasons. Stop having multiple women. Stop sleeping with everybody. It's only going to cause you problems in the end. Y'all really gotta listen. Just take the advice. I'm telling you. These are two men telling you the same thing. Just think with this.
It means no guy's safe, bro. You could be a celebrity, athlete, rapper, regular person on the street. If a woman says, and she has the power to say anything that her feelings may produce, oh, he did this and that to me, you're in trouble, bro. You can't even fight it. You're in trouble.
Yo, let me tell you real quick. My last job I ever had, it was crazy, and it was months apart. Months apart. I kept telling the young guys in my area, stop sleeping with the girls at work. Because the minute one of them get mad, that's going to be your job on the line. You don't know what you're talking about. First dude. Girl found out he was sleeping with another girl in the company. She went straight to HR and said he ARPed her. I swear on everything. They pulled him down. They suspended him. They was getting ready to fire him. And then she felt bad and was like, okay, so he didn't really ARP me. I was just upset because he had said something and I thought we were going to be a couple, but I was just a one-night stand. I swear on everything. Once she said that, they brought dude back to work. Then apologized. He didn't get back pay. They just brought him back in and was like, okay, you can come back to work now. Girl didn't lose her job. She was still there. I had to sit down with them again. And I was like, y'all, stop sleeping with the girls at work. I was like, look at such and such. He basically almost lost his job. Oh, you right, Sang. You right. We'll listen. Very next day, went right back to doing what they was doing. Couple months later, a completely different guy on my team. Some girl, he used to actually date her. They weren't even dating anymore. They just happened to now be working in the same job. Some older guy on my team had feelings for her. And he was like, well, how do you know such and such? Oh, yeah, we used to date. And she told him some stuff like how they used to mess around after they broke up a few times, but overall they just friends now. He made her think she got ARPed. Because they decided to have a couple one-night stands after breaking up. Guess who got pulled into HR? She like, oh yeah, he ARPed me and blah, blah, blah. He literally almost lost his job the day he was going to get fired. She got called back to the office to like give her final statements and stuff. And then she sat down and told one of the women what happened. And the woman was like, it don't sound like you got, so you just had a one-night stand with this guy? She's like, yeah, but I told it to such and such. And he said, I had got ARPed, which is why I told you guys. And they was like, what? Brought him back in. He didn't lose his job, but then, of course, he didn't get back pay for the days he missed. She didn't lose her job. The older guy that caused all the mess, he didn't lose his job. Bruh, like, it don't matter. You could be an average guy. You could be rich. Women will lie to lie. I've known throughout my whole life, because I mostly grew up around guys. I done seen guys get lied on for the craziest thing just because, like, they didn't want to date a woman. They didn't want to be in a relationship with them. Y'all really got to protect yourselves, man. Y'all really got to protect yourselves. Where we are.
Presumed guilty. You are not presumed innocent when it comes to the court of public appeal anytime a woman makes an allegation against you.
That's insane.
You are not. Okay?
It's crazy.
I mean, hell, think about it. Guys, a couple months ago, some girl said some bullshit about me to H3, called in, lied her ass off. We come back, we show y'all receipts, we show y'all Google Maps, we show you guys all this information, but it took 6 hours, right, for me to break down all the lies. And then H3 ended up losing 10,000 subscribers. But look at all the effort I had to put in to clear my name over a woman's guys.
Even our ops had to say, you know what? All right, this is some bullcrap.
Even people that don't like us were like, okay, this girl was cap. What the hell?
Common sense.
But think about that. I had the time, the resources, the know-how, the knowledge to know I got to document everything with these girls.
And the receipts.
This is the world that we're in now, guys. Even in a place like Romania, it's the feels before the reels.
Yeah.
You have an official document here. Let's read that back one more time, Chris. Pull that up.
And I want to add one more thing as well. Sorry, go ahead.
We're going to read that one more time. Victims were recruited by British citizens by misrepresenting their intentions to enter into a marriage/cohabitation relationship and the existence of genuine feelings of love, the lover boy method.
That means all fuck boys are in trouble.
But, right?
I spoke to academics last night, right, about this same topic here. And Andrew made a good point, and so did he. Andrew said, yo, in Romania, you're kind of exempt from the whole American type of, like, you know, burden of, you know, laws and all this stuff, right? However, to penetrate that, a woman can make an accusation, make a phone call, and call the authorities, and it penetrates the global scheme into Romania. So imagine that. A woman can penetrate this whole far away, hey, I'm all the way in Romania, you're in the US, it should affect me, but it can because of a claim of her feelings.
Well, that's what happened to them in April.
Exactly.
So for some of you guys, Well, let's keep going into this. We'll keep reading this, and then I'll explain to you guys what occurred in April, right? Because they are connected. All right. They are later transported and housed in buildings in Lafayette County, where, by exercising acts of physical violence and mental coercion through intimidation, constant surveillance, control, and invoking alleged debts, they were sexually exploited by group members by forcing them to perform demonstrations pornographic for the purpose of producing and disseminating material of such a nature through social media platforms, and by submitting to the execution of a work in a forced manner in order to obtain important financial benefits consisting of the sums of money obtained as a result of accessing the materials by users. And I know some of you English nerds in here, that's a run-on sentence. Again, guys, this is translated from Romanian into English for y'all. So it might sound a little off when I read it, but this is verbatim what it is translated as. So far, 6 injured persons have been identified who were sexually exploited by the organized criminal group. All right, so they have 6 witnesses, 6 women, okay? With regard to the crime of rape, it was noted that in March 2022, an injured person was forced on 2 different occasions by a suspect through the exercise of physical violence and psychological pressure to have sexual relations. At the headquarters of the Director for the Investigation of Organized Crime and Terrorism Central Structure, 4 people who are reasonably suspected, keyword guys, 4 people who are reasonably suspected of being involved in criminal activity were taken for questioning. Following the hearings, the prosecutors of the Directorate for the Investigation of Organized Crime and Terrorism Central Structure ordered the 4 persons to be detained for a period of 24 hours. So, what does that prove?
That's when he got arrested the first time.
All the mainstream media, all the haters, Penguin, stupid ass, Hassan, what did they first report? Oh, the Tate's got arrested for human trafficking. Ah! No, they were brought in after being reasonably suspected, right? According to them, reasonably. Reasonably, I say that with quotes. Involved in criminal activity, and they were brought in for questioning, and they were detained for 24 hours. So this is where we're going to get into some facts here. This is how it works in Romania when it comes to search warrants, guys. In the United States, in the UK, in New Zealand, etc., they have to typically establish something called probable cause to arrest you, okay? And they also need to establish probable cause to search your home. Romania doesn't work that way, guys. If they get information, they can go get a search warrant, right? Written by the prosecutors. When they get that search warrant, it allows them to enter the premises, detain the people that they suspect are responsible for the crime for 24 hours. Okay? So the search is conducted, and that allows the police a 24-hour grace period to detain the people involved. Okay? That's the only thing that the police and the prosecutors can do is detain. Then, from that point, they have 24 hours to gather as much evidence as they can. Within that 24 hours, they have to gather evidence, and then it goes to a judge. The judge is the one that makes the final decision if they are going to be held in jail for a period of 30 days, 60 days, 180 days, etc. Okay? So the police and the prosecutors can merely get the search warrant, detain the individuals. That's where their authority ends. The judge now steps in, and the prosecutors and the police present, this is why I think he should be held for more than 24 hours, and they have 24 hours to gather this evidence. Now,
oh, so that probably explains then why it now says he's detained for 30 days. But even then, that's not like full on arrested in like jail situation stuff. So still not bad because Andrew Tate's been tweeting like this whole time. So I don't even think he's being detained how a normal person would be detained. He's probably like still at his house or like a hotel or some crap. But I'm going to end it here. Honestly, I'm probably going to do a part 2 to this. So yeah, this will be part 1. We're going to end it here. Make sure you guys come back for part 2, and I'll put that up. I try to do 3 videos a day, but I'll definitely put this up the same day, like right after, maybe an hour after this one goes up. But till then, I'll see y'all in the meantime. Peace.